Hi everyone. Today I am making tuna mornay, which requires us to make what I think is one of our best recipes on our website, which is the keto cheese sauce. So we've got to make the cheese sauce and then we kind of assemble together the tuna mornay. The oven is on and we have broccoli and cauliflower in there. So the recipe on the mornay calls for 400 grams of broccoli florets, but you can use cauliflower, you can use broccoli and cauliflower. All of that works perfectly. We've done it heaps of times different ways, but we just got some broccoli, some cauliflower, but we're going to cook it in the oven. The instructions say to cook it in, like steam it, but it's just going to be easier. It's in there and that will kind of cook away while we prep the cheese sauce. So as always, guys, if you're here, say hello so we can see who's watching. And if anyone is cooking along, cook your broccoli, cauliflower, or cauliflower, broccoli, whatever you're doing, steam that, get that on, and we will start prepping the cheese sauce. Hi, Bronwyn. Hi, Selma. This is my favorite recipes that you guys do. This tuna mornay and the cheese sauce are probably two of our most popular recipes ever. Yeah. And the tuna mornay was like probably in our first 10 recipes that went up on our blog.
No, it's just one of those recipes that like no thought went into it, and it's been one of our most popular recipes.
Well, it's one of our best, yeah. I reckon. And
we haven't had it in so long.
Like years, I would say over 12 months easily. We have our broth. Erica made some broth.
Oh, and yesterday, I want to show off my broth because it's a
real jiggly one.
Yeah, no, it doesn't look that jiggly now, but it's pretty jiggly.
Is anyone else cooking along? I hope so. Oh, yeah, Susan's cooking along. All right, Susan, broccoli, cauliflower, get that steaming.
I'm always excited when it's like a little bit gelatinous.
So the instructions for the keto cheese sauce is add all of the ingredients into a small pan and heat over medium. So what we have, I'll get the pan on. So 1 cup of pure cream. For any Americans, that's just heavy whipping cream. 1 cup. 1/4 cup of Parmesan cheese. It's just grated because it's all going to melt anyway. 50 grams of butter cubed and 500 grams of cream cheese cubed, which Erica has kindly done for me already.
I think it's 100 grams of cream cheese.
100 grams of cream cheese, 50 grams of butter. Sorry, Susan, if you don't have the recipe in front of you.
Susan's got it down pat.
1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder. Half a teaspoon. And salt and pepper and a little bit of cayenne. Not that much.
Wow, it's going to be extra salty.
Oh God, this doesn't even have a... That's like too much. Tiny little bit of cayenne.
Yeah, Dan's scared of cayenne pepper.
Okay, so we'll get this. This just all melts down. So whisk to combine and let simmer for a few minutes to combine and thicken slightly. Season with salt and pepper to taste. Well, the salt and pepper's gone in because it did say or add all the ingredients. So bit of an error in the instructions. We'll just let the cream cheese kind of melt down and then I'll whisk it together. So cheese sauce on, broccoli and cauliflower cooking away.
So that's just in the container that you're going to make the
tuna mornay in.
Yeah. And
Now,
I've got your tuna as well.
Tuna here. This is going to take 15 to 20 minutes in the oven. So that means there's going to be a lot of downtime in between getting this all assembled and pulling it out and tasting it. So questions in the comments, so we've got things to talk about once this is all kind of put together, because otherwise it's going to be super boring. So any questions, topics that you would like us to talk about, this is the place to pop them. So we've got something to talk about as this cooks in the oven. I was reluctant to do one where it was going to be in the oven for so long, so you got to keep me entertained. That's the deal. We cooked on a new toy yesterday. So Erica bought maybe she bought me, maybe she bought her, spit. So it's like a rotisserie, and it's super cool because it has 3 like really long skewers and also 12 like individual style skewers. And we did 2 things on it yesterday. We made like a Greek style chicken thighs, and there was capsicum and onion on there, and they cooked really quite quickly, like less than 45 minutes. And that was really delicious. We tried to put halloumi on there, but the skewer is quite a solid skewer because it's got to fit in the kind of mechanism that turns it, and the halloumi just fell apart. So we also made this butterfly chicken that went in this basket that came with the spit, and that went on one of the long skewers, and we put the halloumi in there. That didn't work very well. But that spun around for about 2 hours, and we've kind of shredded all of that, and that is going to be lunches and stuff. But that also tasted like the breast was so moist, so like tender and delicious. All right, let's get Lucy out. Wow.
Lots of people here tonight. So who have we got? Hi Blanche, how you going? Hi Jules, hi Marty. Linda said one of her all-time favourite foods, tuna mornay.
Yeah, and this is by far one of our most popular recipes on our whole.
Also something like people of our generation grew up eating. Like that was a very popular recipe for my mum anyway. Bronwyn's got the beef curry pie in the oven. Hey Karen. Hey Pauline. Oh, sorry, comments are jumping all over the place.
Any questions that come in, we will answer once this goes in.
Hi, Joe.
Oh, the bone broth's good.
Karen had meatballs, good vibes. Hi, Kerry. How you going? Nice to meet you. What size dish are you using?
We're going to put it in that one where the broccoli and the cauliflower is in. It's a square dish. You can go like, I don't know. Is that 9? It'd be bigger than 9 inches. Maybe it's like 12. I'll show you once I get it out and assemble.
Yeah, but Suzanne's cooking along, so she wants to see.
Okay, I'll show you. Bring it over. So it's a reasonably big dish.
It's a square kind of baking dish. Mitch said he likes it spicier the better.
No.
There's like the least amount of spice possible.
The smallest amount of cayenne went in there.
I didn't even see it. There wasn't any.
It was very, very small amount. It said 1 to 2 pinches. It was 1 pinch.
Hi, Annette. How are you? Someone said, what the hell happened to your tea towel? I don't know.
That red one has a massive hole in it,
does
so
it?
that could have been it.
This one.
And this one is like a bit dirty.
I don't know what happened to it.
We keep using it.
I know.
We bought new red ones a while ago, and there's two like that with holes in exactly the same place. I don't even know how that happened, but we keep using those, and the new ones have barely been used.
They're nice and thick. The new ones are really thin, so I don't know what's going on with the tea towels. Annie said one of her favourites. Hey Chris, how you going?
I'm assuming this is gonna like thicken up.
No, everyone. This is I don't know. This is the tea towel, everyone. It's got issues, but we keep using it. It's clean. It just has
a big hole in it. It still does its job. This doesn't need too much longer, I don't think. We'll be able to assemble soon, Susan.
Tuna mornay is great when you're on a budget.
Definitely is.
Yes.
Tuna we like. So when choosing tuna, we always choose in the spring water, mainly because the ones in the oil, most of them are not great oils. We have always liked this Serena one, the Serena brand, available at Coles and Woolworths, all different sizes.
Keep an eye out for when it's on special and stock up.
Yeah, so we tend to have 1 or 2 cans of this in the cupboard. Erica also has some small ones in there because she will quite often have it for lunch, whereas I wouldn't have it for lunch as often. How much should this boil?
I'm cooking it.
You gotta help me.
Hi Gail, don't like fish but we'll watch anyway. Actually, people do this.
People have done it with chicken.
Yeah, with shredded chicken instead of the tuna. That would be yummy.
I mean, I'm just not sure if it thickens here or whether it thickens as it kind of sits. I don't know, guys. I have made this before. I don't know why I'm so second guessing myself now.
Did the cat bite into the tea towel?
No, but the cat has consumed some of the things on the
It has. The cats were very interested in the tuna. That's got a peep hole. Oh my God, we're not going to be able to use this tea towel again anymore. Hey Bridget, she's never had tuna mornay, so she's watching intently to see how it's done. There's also a video in the recipe if you want to see how it's actually done.
Don't follow my guide. What would I know? I'm just going to give this a bit of a toss because the broccoli's cooking a bit faster than the cauliflower. But it will also cook more once we kind of put it all in together, right?
Yes, true. But I think it's a good way of doing it like this because by roasting it in the oven, you're kind of drying it out a bit. Because otherwise, like some liquid, when you do it steamed, some liquid will come out of it when it bakes, and your tuna mornay might get a little bit of like broccoli.
Well, the instructions said simmer for a few minutes. I feel like I've done that. Taking it off.
Oh, Marty has favourite tea towels too, even if they're falling apart. Yes, exactly.
It has thickened up a bit.
Susan said sometimes they do it with salmon too. Yep, so you could do it with a tin of salmon, tin of tuna, shredded chicken, shredded like pork or any sort of anything. Hey Wendy, said love Monday nights, hope you're both well. We are both well, thank you. Hey Jennifer, how you going? Trish said, is it thickening up, Dan?
I think so.
Well, maybe come and show us the sauce.
I took it off because, yeah, that's what I want, I reckon. It's a bit hard. I almost just tipped it on the floor. It's not like super thick, but if you let it sit for a little bit, it thickens up more, I think. I don't know. Erica's not giving me any help whatsoever. Tell me, because otherwise I'm going to ruin dinner. Does it need to cook more than that?
Well, it's not going to hurt it to simmer away while you've got the broccoli cooking. Seems stressed out tonight, Dan.
Yeah, because I am.
Okay. That's all you needed to say. Yeah, could be. Yeah, might be yummy with smoked chicken breast you can buy in the meat section.
Oh,
yeah, that would be good.
Nice.
Yeah.
That would be nice.
Mitch said looks delish. Trish gave it a thumbs up. Everyone agrees chicken's a good idea.
Well, then it's
No.
chicken mornay.
Chicken mornay.
The tuna is nice in it, though. I don't think it's like, we're not massive fish eaters.
Yeah.
But we would eat this, no problem.
Well, it's very cheesy and
It's
creamy.
A lot of cheese.
So
a lot of cheese.
Don't be stressed, Dan. We love you.
I'm more annoyed that Erica threw a spanner in the works with the cooking it in the oven.
Oh, I know. She's not happy because we're not following the recipe exactly as it is stated. But that's just me. I never follow the recipe exactly as it is stated.
Even though she made the recipe herself.
Even my own recipes, I do not follow. Sylvia's cooking along as well. We've got a few tuna mornays going. Everyone,
it's bubbling a lot.
Just turn it off then.
That's fine.
Everyone has to share their tuna mornays in the Aussie
Aussie
Low
Low
Carb
Carb
community.
community.
We'll have Monday night tuna mornay night.
And then all the people who have no idea who we are will be very confused. We're more than you think in that group.
Mitch said, "You seem stressed out tonight, Dan." Well, because I am. Hello, Dan. You've got this. You've got supporters in here. We'll appreciate you no matter what you cook up. I mean, it's not going to taste bad, is it? Like, Suzanne's got exactly the same baking dish. So
Perfect.
Perfect.
Needs a little bit longer.
I don't know if it's 400 grams of vegetables either. I just used what we had because I'm not.
In future, I'll prep my own, thanks.
Tracy said, "Be gentle on yourself. Maybe you should have a tea to calm down." Sorry, I missed everyone on Thursday. We missed you too, Tracy, but that's okay. If you're asleep and it's the middle of the night, that's a good thing.
You're forgiven.
Is there dessert to follow? Strawberries. Dan's favourite.
We have just finished some cheesecake fluff that we had in the fridge last week. So Erica made up some cheesecake fluff because she made lemon curd in the Thermomix using sweetener instead of sugar. Is that right?
I just used the recipe on Cookie Dough. The one that was like a small option. I'm glad I didn't do the regular one because we got a lot.
Oh,
and then
still got some.
I just substituted allulose in for the recommended sugar. I actually used a bit less, but next time I would probably use the same amount because Dan said it's a bit too sour.
So
but
that came out really well. One of these jars left, and there was a whole 3 of these or 4 of these jars. And we added that to the cheesecake fluff, similar to the cheesecake fluff recipe that we have on the website, which uses lemon jam or something, I think. So we just put some of this in it, and it was delicious.
Yeah, and actually the recipe on Cookie Dough, like the Thermomix one, used whole eggs. I've only ever used egg yolks before, so that was interesting. I don't know if anyone has made the lemon curd on Cookie Dough.
If you haven't made our cheesecake fluff recipe, it's really simple and really delicious. There's a video on YouTube and there's the recipe on our website. If you just search cheesecake fluff on the website you will find it. But it's a really simple dessert if you like dessert.
It is. Tracy had never heard of tuna mornay before us. It must be an Australian.
I think it's an Australian
or an English thing. Like when I was little, that was like tuna mornay, apricot chicken.
So did pasta go in your tuna mornay when you were a kid?
Yeah.
So my mum made something different. She made something called crusty tuna rice. I have no idea where it come from. Erica finds the name disgusting.
It doesn't sound appealing.
But it's
crusty tuna.
Similar. It's a creamy tuna. It's got rice in it instead of pasta, and then it's got like a breadcrumb topping and it's baked in the oven.
Oh.
My mum still makes that all the time. And she made some for my nan like recently because it's something that's her kind of go-to and she knows my nan will eat it. My nan tried Meals on Wheels recently and pretty much was disgusted. It wasn't Meals on Wheels, it was a different one, but she didn't like the meals. She's a bit fussy.
Oh, you love lemon curd as well? Yeah, give the one in the Thermomix one a go and just substitute some sort of...
If you have a Thermomix.
She does. She said she has a Thermomix, TMX. Hey, Matt, how you going?
I reckon I'm going in with this because it's going to take another 20 minutes to cook. All right, so I'm going to take this out.
Get up.
It's browned up and it's going to cook further, so I'm okay with that.
Maybe put it on the chopping board so we can see a bit what you're doing.
Okay, so the instructions say steam the broccoli, just tender, don't overcook as I'll cook more in the oven. That's what I said. Put it in a dish, sprinkle over the tuna, pour over the cheese sauce and sprinkle with grated cheese. I mean, that seems pretty easy. Erica's already broken up the tuna for me. Susan and Sylvia, probably not the first time you guys have made this. This is the first time I've made it. So just put the tuna in.
Sizzling.
Cheese sauce. Pour that on. Oh. Left-handed. Whoa. Normally the
Don't want to waste any of that precious cheese sauce.
all that goodness. Okay. That's all in. Not very even, but anyway. Do you just go with that? We're going with it. Okay, and grated cheese, 100 grams. So the tuna was 425 grams. Tuna, drain, and then the cheesy goodness on top. Did we get any questions at all when I shouted out for questions?
Just about the tea towel. Very concerned about the tea towel.
We need things to talk about, guys, because otherwise this 20 minutes is going to take 4 hours. All right, it's going in.
Eleni's watching and cooking pork souvlaki tray bake. Nice. That's a yummy one too.
All right, so it said 15 to 20 minutes. It's 5:02. So we'll look at it at 10 past and we'll see.
Okay. Marty said, I love tuna but can't do hot tuna. No idea why, it just throws me off. Isn't that funny? Sorry, the messages just jumped up. Hey, Mon, how you going? Annette's made the cheesecake fluff with that lemon jam. So good, isn't it? Yeah.
Was it the Hawthorne Hills lemon jam we're using that recipe?
Yes. Crusty tuna rice. Yeah, it's an epic name, isn't it, Mitch? Like, sounds so appealing. Okay, I was wondering whether you would find a breadcrumb substitute.
We like pork rinds. So we just had a pork rind video come out on the weekend. We also have some pork rinds that we've ground up somewhere. So when we filmed that video, if you haven't watched it, you should see some of the bags of pork rinds that we got. And there was no way we were going to eat all of that. So the ones that I thought would crumb the best, I put in the Thermomix for like 5 to 10 seconds. And we got this kind of, put in the what? Crumb. So it looks like breadcrumbs. It works quite similar to breadcrumbs. Depending on how you were going to use it. So last week I made the zucchini boats. This would have worked better than the almond flour, in my opinion. Also, we've done a chicken schnitzel video, and the pork rinds and parmesan was our favourite. So you can use this as a crumb. But definitely, I think this works better as a breadcrumb replacement than almond meal. Personally, do you agree with that?
It would be nice on top of the tuna mornay. Yeah, go on. Give it a little crunch.
We're mixing it up.
Oh, look at you going crazy. It'd be like your mum's crusty tuna rice. Doesn't she put breadcrumbs on the top? Oh, you got cheese. You cheese the.
No.
The other tea towel's now in disarray as well.
I'll bring it over once I've got some on here.
Okay, easy. It's now a pork rind.
I don't know why I'm using the tea towel because I should be using the mitts.
I even got new ones out because the other ones were in a bad way.
There was hardly any, Erica. Oh, easy. There's not that much on there.
Back in the oven.
Back in the oven.
So hopefully that helps. Otherwise, other things you could use for, I guess it depends what you're using it for. If it's for crumbing things, I think that's probably the best option. Well. But Bridget said she's waiting for the video and the recipe for the chocolate mousse we showed the other week. Yeah, I think it comes out in a couple of weeks. Sorry, I don't know why that one isn't coming out for a while. That's just.
I feel like we made that ages ago.
I know we did. Well, it's not coming out this weekend though.
What I did to the tea towel.
The clean tea towel that I got out for you before for today. Tracy said
it's not going as well as normal.
Her mother used to make a tuna noodle casserole. Yeah, we don't really call things like casseroles are different here. Like we don't call but something you bake in the oven like with cheese on top
is a bake.
We don't call it a casserole. We call a casserole like a stew on the stove, like with meat, and it would be like tomatoey or broth based, not creamy, cheesy. So yeah, it gets confusing because in the US it seems like you call casserole things we would call mornays or bakes. That dish would be great for lasagna. We have a low-carb lasagna recipe in that dish using the Hearts of Palm Parmini lasagna sheets.
For anyone who's just jumped in, the tuna mornay is in the oven with pork rinds on it, cooking away. We should be pulling it out about 10 past, quarter past. That's the goal.
What cheese did you use?
We just used tasty cheese, which I know for Americans is also worded differently. It's like a cheddar. Tasty cheese is very common in Australia. See, we just call it, in Australia, it's called tasty cheese. I know Americans are like, what is tasty cheese? It's like the yellow cheddar, see? It's kind of hard and it's grateable. So it's very similar to what we would get in, we get tasty cheese that's grated. It's the most common cheese we use to top things like the tuna mornay. It also had parmesan in it, cream cheese, and cream. So there's a lot of dairy in this recipe, which is probably why we haven't had it for a while.
Oh, Suzanne just added pork rinds to hers as well.
Well, Suzanne. Sorry, we threw that spanner in the works for the people cooking along, Sylvia and Suzanne.
Are we able to buy the Have Butter Will Travel hoodie?
No.
Show us your hoodie, Dan. Not that one.
No, there's no hoodies available.
Okay.
So sorry, but this is the hoodie. This is my favourite.
I really like that one.
For people who don't know the merchandise story, it's quite a long, complicated scenario, but we ordered 3 different ones before we found the one that we were happy with. Most of that was around the shipping to Australia. So the first one, the shipping to Australia was super expensive, but we liked the products, and I feel like this came in with that one. The second one only had some products that shipped from Australia and others shipped from the US, and the aprons and stuff shipped from the US, and we really wanted to incorporate an apron. The last one had all of those things, but we decided not to include a hoodie in that one because I already had 2 hoodies and didn't want to order anymore. But this is nice. The thing I like about it is the pocket sits quite high, so I can actually put stuff in it and I don't get that real kind of saggy, baggy look. And it seems like I think it's a nice fit.
Yeah, it's quite flattering.
But if you haven't checked out our merchandise page, the easiest way to find that is go to havebutterwilltravel.com and it's in the shop. There's a shop and then there's a cookbooks. The cookbooks leads to all of our cookbooks that we have on our website, and the shop leads to the merchandise. So all of the merch is in there. Where's the apron?
I don't know.
I'll find the apron because...
Oh, everyone likes the hoodie. Maybe we need to... So did they have a hoodie at the place where we did it? And we just...
I think so.
Okay. We'll investigate a hoodie. Also, it was summer when we did it, so we weren't really like thinking about hoodies, but... Okay, Cass. Oh, hey.
I also think we thought the hoodie was quite expensive. It's going to be like 50 plus.
Hey, Anthony, how are you going?
The apron.
Anthony said tasty cheese is just a variety of cheddar cheese depending on the age. Thank you.
So this is the apron. Oh my God, the cats are going crazy. Yeah, so this is the apron. I don't think I've ever worn it before.
No, you haven't.
But it's nice. Kerry, one of our regulars, posted in Aussie Low Carb Community that she has taken hers away with her and she wore it in Port Macquarie. Yeah, we like the apron a lot. We really wanted to be able to include it.
Tracy said the dish itself is also called a casserole, so a casserole dish. Yeah, we would call it a casserole dish, but we wouldn't make a casserole in it. Isn't that weird? Like, it's dumb. But we would also just call it a baking dish, or like a, but yeah. Interesting. Linda said, love the translation of international food names. What's the difference between self-raising flour and all-purpose flour in the US? Well, self-raising flour has the raising agent in it, like the baking powder is already in it. So it's just plain flour with baking powder in it. So I think they don't have self-raising flour in the US. People just add their own raising agent. I don't know why we're particularly lazy, and then we need
We've always had self-raising
But then it's like we have to have plain flour and self-raising flour. Like if you just have plain flour, you just add baking powder to it to make them. Nobody keto cares about wheat flour. Okay, so Mitch said in North America. Oh, I didn't know that Mitch was Canadian. We're learning things. Self-raising flour isn't really popular. All-purpose flour is everywhere. Also, people just buy baking powder. Yeah, exactly. I like the baseball tee too, Suzanne.
We've both got a baseball tee. And I was wearing mine a lot. Literally all my new clothes that I have Butterwell Travel branded, but I did buy some new tracksuit pants. People see mine. I don't think you can see the colour. They're like a purple.
Who wore it best?
Help if someone jumped on while I've got my leg. And these are super comfy. I could spend my whole life in tracksuit pants, so I'm happy to
Chris
have.
said you look professional in the apron. I think you should wear the apron every time.
These ones are Under Armour. We should
up
wear
the
the
ante
apron every single time we are on camera if we're cooking, but we just forget. We're not very good at
Was that the
self-promotion.
cat? Yes, that was the cat just passing through.
Currently, they're just psychos. I don't know why. This is their witching hour, 6 o'clock.
If you could pair a wine with your tuna casserole, which one would you pair it with? Oh, God. We are
not
the
the right
worst
people to
to ask about that. I'm sure some people know.
There'll be people that will respond to that in the comments. If you're a wine lover, what would you have with tuna casserole?
I mean, something white,
So,
I would
cheesy, fish, what would you have? I think white and fish normally go together.
I don't know.
But we do not drink, like, not for any reason. We've just never been big drinkers. I will occasionally, very, very occasionally, have a big head beer. Erica might have a. What was the last time we even drank when we made those cocktails?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, which was
before Christmas.
Yeah, November. So we don't drink. It's not something that's ever been a big thing for us. Not for any reason. It's just not a big thing for us. I like me in the apron.
All-purpose flour is plain flour. So yeah, exactly. Yep, that's right. Except I think they call it all-purpose flour because then they have flours. And they just have different gluten quantity within the flour, so that you get like a bread one has more gluten, so it's more bready. Cake one has less gluten, so it's more like crumbly. Anyway, we're off topic here.
Did we have one to begin with?
Well, I don't think wheat flours are anything to do with our topic. Mitch said, my partner and I visited Port Macquarie and it looked like one big retirement village, a sea of grey-haired folks.
That's why I go there.
Yeah, that's why Dan visits.
So we go there once a month for work, and it literally is like a massive retirement village. But it's super cool to go to for a few days. We stay right near the break wall, and we exercise down there. We walk down there. We run down there. We really like going. I don't know that I would want to live there personally. It's a little bit far away from like an international airport for us. Not that that's a big deal at the moment. But
there's a pocket. Could you add a pocket to the apron? There is a pocket.
There is a pocket.
For the cat.
And it kind of looks black, but it's not. It's blue.
It's navy
so
blue.
On there it looks black, but it's not. It's actually navy blue.
This is Scout, one of our cats. Scouty. She's the one that was racing around, I assume.
They were chasing each other.
Oh, were they?
They were, yep.
Scouty. Yeah. She just wants the tuna. Where's Jelly? She's like, are you going to pick me up?
She won't like that.
She's hiding under the couch.
Hi, Tex. Oh, Bridget was admiring my tracksuit pants. Yes, thank you. They're very, very cooking makes fashion. Thanks, Eleni. Some of us are grey-haired because dye is so toxic. Going grey is the new black.
Exactly.
I'm going grey.
Yeah.
I'm not dyeing it.
That's why we fit in so well at Port Macquarie.
Kerry loves the apron.
A white Sauvignon Blanc. That's what you should have with
right.
you.
Chardonnay.
Tracky Dacks. Yep, Tracky Dacks.
Yes, for all the Americans, that's tracksuit pants. I'm not sure. Do you call them tracksuit pants?
Sweatpants.
Sweatpants. Yeah, so we would call this like a jumper or a hoodie. You guys would call it a sweater.
We did have those seltzers. That was in January. We had the 5 p.m.
Oh, yeah, we did
alcohol
too. When we were in
Jeez,
Yamba.
Eleni's all over us.
We didn't drink many of them. Okay,
No.
It's 10 past. Let's check this.
Ooh.
I think we want a little bit more colour on that, but I reckon that's going gangbusters. Do you reckon go the 5?
I reckon. Then you're probably just going to need to let it sit for a little bit before we eat it as well, because I don't want to burn my mouth off.
So this serves for, I was going to tell you the macros. So this serves for, I will take some of this for lunch tomorrow probably, or the next day, because I've still got some cheese and spinach pie there. So the macros, the calories per serve is 632 because there's a lot of cheese in it. The carbs are 9 and the fibers 2, so the net carbs is 7, and the protein is 34 and the fat is 51. So it's definitely more high fat than some of our other recipes because it's got a lot of cheese in it. And if you wanted to reduce the carbs, you can just do less veg.
Yes, our oven is fan forced, Suzanne. Sylvia's making the white sauce. Tuna is drained. Broccoli is cooked. You're on track. This would be great fun as a Zoom call. Oh, God. We don't have the technology smarts for that.
Where everyone can cook along. So we have thought about doing something like that as a paid product where we kind of sell like a cooking class or a cook along where you get a recipe that isn't available for free on our website and we cook along. Is that something you guys would be interested in? Because it's something we've thrown around for a little while. That would be on Zoom. Where so everyone we could interact via
more.
Video.
Yeah.
And that's definitely something that's on our list of maybe giving a go at, but it would definitely be a paid product. But it's something that we would be interested in.
Because I think it would be really fun.
And it's something different. We're trying to find things that aren't necessarily the same as you can find everywhere else.
What temperature is the oven on?
180.
That's Celsius.
Which is
350 Fahrenheit, I think.
350 Fahrenheit for.
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty sure no one in America is cooking this right now. So
no, I'm pretty sure. Also, Mitch said he arrived back in August 2018 and became a permanent resident in Feb 2021, en route to becoming an Aussie citizen next year. Well, that's exciting. I reckon a sprinkle of cayenne on top of the cheese for colour.
No.
Suzanne's got 5 minutes. Suzanne's is 5 minutes behind ours.
Sauce tastes nice.
Do a Zoom call, that way we could all see everyone and actually talk. That's true.
I don't reckon we'd get as many people on.
If we did Zoom?
Yeah.
But people could come and not have their cameras on. But I guess the good thing about this is that it's then on YouTube.
Dan says no to the cayenne. Yep.
It's a hard no.
Suzanne said, thanks for this. Nothing appealed tonight and I was at a loss what to cook. This is perfect. Yes. Do we prefer like ones that we can cook along with or like those mystery box ones? I know what you're all going to say.
The mystery box was fun.
It was fun. It was lots of fun to film and I wouldn't have been in the right mood for it tonight, so I'm glad we're doing this.
Got to be on your game for the mystery box, Dan.
Yeah. Mystery box.
It would be hard to interact if we were all cooking along. Yeah, that's a good point.
Zoom would be fun, but would have to tidy up our kitchen. We want to do something like that. We're just not sure of the way we would.
Yeah, would it be best if people were just watching what we were doing, or if they were cooking along? Maybe the cooking along would be a bit difficult from a technology, like you'd have to set up your kitchen.
Oh, they're all voting for the mystery box. Susan said it's fun to mix them up. Some cooking along, some mystery box. Yeah, I'm not going to do the mystery box every week, that's for sure. I'm definitely not doing it in Port Macquarie because we don't have all our stuff there. We've got to take along the pantry staples and all of that. So it definitely won't be hopefully
about next Monday night.
Oh, we won't be doing next. No. I don't think we'll be doing next Monday night, guys. No. That's true. I'd forgotten about that. So it's a long weekend next weekend in New South Wales. I think most of Australia will have a long weekend next weekend for the Queen's birthday long weekend. We are going to Wollongong, and then I have a kind of workshop day on the Tuesday in Sydney. So we're staying overnight in Sydney Monday night in a hotel. So we're definitely not going to do YouTube live next week. It'll just be the week after, which won't be Port Macquarie. So we might do a mystery box that week. A dessert. Everyone wants me to make a dessert. It's like, well, we've got to eat dinner as well, guys. Maybe we'll do one like later, start it a bit later, have dinner and do maybe start it at 7 or something. It won't be a mystery box if we do it. It'll be a recipe, I know, because I'm not putting together a dessert. We would all be too distracting for you, Dan, on the Zoom. It wouldn't be me running that. That would be Erica. Completely different concept. Pauline said try sweet paprika sprinkled on top for colour. Yes, in Adelaide, it's a holiday. The chopping that Erica does beforehand puts us cooking along behind, yeah. But otherwise it goes way, way, way too long. So, yes, I mean, the thing is you're watching anyway, so you can, you don't have to do it at my pace, Gordon Ramsay style. Sylvia said she's drinking a dry French rosé.
Nice.
Tracy, I'll definitely not be cooking, but will be in my pajamas. Will you serve your tuna mornay with tomato sauce? Definitely not.
I don't want to get it out.
But Erica did make some tomato sauce in the Thermomix as well, which is really yummy. Oh, this is perfect now.
Ooh, it's sizzling.
So we're not going to try that while it's bubbling away like crazy. We'll just let that go for a little bit longer. Just sit it out. Oven off. Yeah, so Erica made tomato sauce in the Thermomix. She just subbed out the sugar with the sweetness. So there was brown sugar.
I think no.
Or was that in the barbecue one? The barbecue sauce didn't work as well, but the tomato is delicious.
Allulose.
Okay.
Ooh, Wollongong. Have you travelled to Hyams, Aluka Beach, Murray's Beach, etc.? Partner and I lived over there for about 6 months, and it was gorgeous.
So we did a lot of holidaying on the south coast. Hyams Beach is in Jervis Bay, and I'm assuming a lot of those other ones that you mentioned are as well. My mum has a caravan at Culburra Beach, so we have been there a fair bit. It's a beautiful part of the world. It's just a long way for us to get down there because we're north, so it's easier for us to go like a little bit further north just because we're already on the north side of Sydney, so it's just easier. Kelly said that looks so good, making me so hungry. Mrs. Cambo and Co. said, okay, I'm outing myself. I'm having a Barossa Shiraz. Mitch said, sorry, meant to say we lived along the coast close to all those beaches. Bronwyn said, that looks amazing. My dinner is ready to go. enjoy your meal. So enjoy the beef curry pie, Bronwyn. I think that's what she said she was having.
Yes.
Um,
Yeah, the south coast of New South Wales is, I mean, it's pretty spectacular, the beaches, but it's also just that little bit warmer up here as well.
And also, if we travel south, like, this is going to sound and come across completely wrong, but we have to go and see my family.
Yeah.
So it's not like if we were doing a weekend away down the south coast, it's not really something that we can do if we went north. I know that sounds wrong, but like if we're going south, we've got to go to Wollongong because we don't see them very often.
Yes.
Not that we have to, but I would want to as well. So it's not something we do because of our circumstances, really. Would you agree with that, Erica? One, it's easier to go north. Two, if we go south, we have to go to Wollongong.
Exactly. So,
and it's a lot further. So
yeah. Mrs. Campbell and Co. is Ange. Hi, Ange.
Sorry.
That's why I wasn't reading your name out before. Sorry, because I wasn't sure. But it's good to know. Ange. So wrong, Anthony said.
That's Anthony.
Yes, it is.
What's wrong? Anthony,
about
all of it.
Not wanting to go south because you'd have to go to Wollongong.
Well, it's whether you can choose whether you tell my family or not. I'm going there on the weekend for 3 whole days, spending it with them. Okay, this is like stopped bubbling.
Okay, I feel like I'm going
to scald your mouth. Well, I'll serve it and let it sit for a little bit longer.
Let's watch this important part.
Well, we don't have the right spoon available. How does that happen?
It was a very damn.
Oh, yeah, I'm using that, am I? I want the spoon. Found it. Oh, I reckon the pork rinds was a very good call.
I think so too. Make a nice crunchy topping. Oh yeah, looks good.
It looks great. I'm impressed. I was worried about the cheese sauce being a little bit too runny, but I think it's pretty good.
And it's all in one. Veggies, meat, sauce, all in one.
But someone wanted to add tomato sauce to this. It's
pretty saucy. When I was little, I would have tomato sauce with tuna mornay.
My brother puts barbecue sauce on absolutely everything. Absolutely everything, including this. He would put barbecue sauce on this. And he's given that habit to his children. Because the girls, he's got 3 girls. One's a baby. She's only just turned 1. But the 2 older girls, they're 7 and 4 or 5. She'll be turning 5 soon, I think. When they stayed here, the barbecue sauce was put on everything. And it was like, oh, he's just passed that on to his children. Any other questions or anything?
Everyone's saying looks
good.
Amazing.
If you haven't tried this recipe, guys, I mean, it's pretty easy. I was stressed. I don't know why. That's just the way I am this today. But it was that was so easy.
Snobs. I don't know, Anthony. Sylvia would love a cook-along class. Well, it might just be you and me, Sylvia. Good job, everyone's saying, OMG, yum, looks good. It makes 4 servings. So there's 2 we've dished out, and then there's still 2 in the thing that we will have.
I might even add a little bit more to mine.
We'll have for lunch tomorrow.
I'm hungry. I'm always hungry after this. I'm like all my pent-up energy of doing this.
Yeah, it is a good winter dish, this one, for sure.
All right, you ready?
Yeah.
Baby fork for you.
Okay.
Make sure you get some of the pork rinds.
I don't know where to stand.
Stand in the middle. Yeah, you need to like
tilt it back a bit.
A little bit. That's better.
Give it a go. Pork rinds.
Oh, look at all that steam.
Look at the steam.
Don't go too big a mouth.
I'm literally going to kill myself.
Burn your mouth off. Do it. too hot.
Mm-mm. It's so yummy. Why haven't we eaten this more often? It's delicious. And the pork rind crumb just gives it a nice texture on top. But I think it was a good idea roasting the veg in the oven rather than steaming it too. Because see how there's no
There's
liquid
not a lot
or
of
anything
liquid
in
from
it.
the
But the veggies are perfect, like they're well cooked. Yum. 2 big thumbs up.
All right, guys, we're going to go and have our dinner. Just a reminder, no YouTube live next week, no me cooking dinner because we're going to be down in Sydney in a hotel room. So we'll just give it a miss and we will be back the week after, probably with a mystery box. That's my plan. We're going to go and have our dinner. Thanks, everyone, for commenting, and we will see you in a couple of weeks. We will do Thursday night live on our Facebook.
Yeah.
Okay, see you then. Bye.